What is going on, everybody? Today we are back and we are playing Minecraft, but that really isn't the topic of this video. It is now finally the new year, and I'm sure all of you guys were celebrating last night, hopefully having a fun and safe night, bringing in the new season, the new time, the new year, and 2016 is going to be good and awesome and fun, and I'm sure all of you guys, like I said, had a great time last night. But me, myself, and well, I've had a little bit rougher of a past week, and I figured that today, for the first day of the new year, I would go ahead and share with you guys a little bit about how my new year has been so far, and then, kind of find out how you guys are feeling all around the world, and how you guys maybe celebrated your new year. So, for those of you who didn't know, actually since Christmas, I have been in New York City. For those of you guys who follow me over on Twitter, you guys know all about that. You guys have been keeping up, hopefully, with everything that I've been doing, because I have been posting over there a lot, and so if you guys ever want to see what I'm doing day by day, minute by minute, make sure you guys follow me over there on Twitter. There is a link down in the description to where you guys can see that. But aside from that, I've been in New York City for about the past week, and as you could tell from the title, towards the latter end of my stay, it got a little bit rough, and not maybe in some of the ways that you would think. Maybe, I ran into like some wrong people in like an alleyway or something. No. I lost. Right, I lost a game that I've been winning for far too long, and it's finally come to an end. That's right, on, I think it was maybe the 28th, I don't actually know the exact day, but it was 2 days before I left to come back home, which is where I am now. We went to what I guess you could probably technically call a slightly sketchy restaurant. Right, like the front windows, I feel like, half of the lights for the main sign didn't even work. And when you first walked in, right, it didn't look too bad, but it smelled really odd. And it smelled like, they described it as mothballs, but now that I think back to it, all as I think is it just makes me sick. Now, it might be because of what happened after I walked in, and now the fact that I just associate the entire image of that place with puke, but it just smelled odd, right? And so trust me on that. And so I thought, when I first saw this place, I thought, wow, this is a little sketchy. But it's not like I've never eaten at a sketchy place before, right? We've all eaten at these places that it's like, okay, this might not be the most sanitary, if you will, quote unquote, place to eat, but I've never lost the game before, and by game, I'm talking about the food poisoning game of roulette, right? I've won. I've won the million other times I've played. Up until this point, I've always won, right? There's always 6 bullets in this food poisoning gun, and none of them have ever hit me. And this time, I lost. And now, I realize that looking at this place now, looking back on it, that it was probably, there was a lot of warning signs that I should have seen that I didn't. And so, like I said, the fact that half of the lights on this sign were out really should have been a huge warning. And for those of you guys who don't know, in New York City, for every place that serves food, they have to have like a little letter grade for like how, sanitary their kitchen is or whatever. And every place that I've ever seen, and I mean every place in New York that I've ever seen, always had the letter A, right? And A is like the best rating you can get, the highest rating you can get, this, that, and the other. And it just means that it's a good place to eat, right? You can go in there and be pretty confident that what you're getting is going to be totally safe. Now, this place was not only the first place that I have seen with something other than an A, but it also didn't have a rating at all. It literally said, rating pending. Rating pending. Now, that should have been a huge red flag, I feel like, because how could I have never seen that anywhere else before? That's just a little sketchy to me. And then the fact that, like I said, the sign was like not even functional, and the fact that it smelled like mothballs, or what like I said, just associate with puke now, all of these should have been warning signs. But all of my fears were quenched when I finally got my food, right? So we walked in, we sat down, we ordered the food, the service was nice, right? The lady who served us was nice, and it was kind of odd that we were like some of the only people in there, but that's beside the point. Anyway, we ordered, we got my food, and by the way, it was soul food. And for those of you guys who don't know, soul food is like traditional African-American food, which I don't typically get in Minnesota and Iowa, which is where I'm from. So we all wanted to try something unique and something new. And so we decided soul food was going to be the way to go. And so we went in, we ordered, we sat down, and we decided to eat. We were eating, and it was amazing, right? It tasted super, super good. It was incredible. What wasn't incredible is the aftermath. Now, thinking back on the story right now, my gut hurts, right? Like my stomach, it literally hurts because because that night, right, I was sleeping, and so we were staying in my sister's apartment, and because obviously, you know, she lives out there now, and so we were staying in her apartment, and I was sleeping on my air mattress, and I was doing A-okay, and then I heard from the bathroom, I heard some puking noise, I heard some gagging, you know, some, you know, that kind of stuff, and I was like, oh, what the? And I just thought, you know, okay, maybe they're just not feeling well in there, right, this, that, or the other. And so I tried to go back to sleep, but suddenly I couldn't go back to sleep anymore. I felt sick too. And so I laid there for like what had to have been another hour and a half before I just couldn't lay there anymore. And that was the start of it all. And so from like, I don't know, it must have been like 3 or 4 in the morning through now, I have just been going through various stages of food poisoning, right? It started with like not being able to keep anything out, including water. And so like the dinner I ate came back up. I puked it up, right? The water I drank after I puked came back up. It didn't stay down. And then for like the next day, anything that I ate caused me to be absolutely incredibly nauseous, which is no good when you're on vacation, right? Like I'm trying to go out and see things and do things and this and that and the other. And I feel like I've said this, that, and the other like 20 times this video, so I apologize for that. But I really felt like I should be moving around and doing things, but I couldn't because I felt sick. Well, I did still move around. I was just kind of slow and kind of lame. And so that was like 2 days worth of that. And then by the time I got over that, I could eat things and I could keep it down. But like, you know, then came the not puking it up, but it coming out the other side in, you know, ways that were almost described as uncontrollable, you know. And so I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't want to say too much more than that, but it was a very, very, very uncomfortable flight home. Let's just say that. And now I'm finally home and I'm finally recovering, and hopefully the food poisoning will pass very soon. But it was just, I lost. Right, that's all it really was. And so I just want to say, I don't wish food poisoning on anybody, but I definitely don't know that I'll be playing the roulette here anytime soon because I'm still sick, right? Like, as I think back to the story, I just burped. But like, as I think back to the story, it makes me sick to my stomach. And so I just figured that I would share my food poisoning and or New Year's story with all of you guys to keep you guys in the best spirits possible with my misfortune, because I don't know, it was awful. I'm recovering now and I'm doing better now, which is why I'm making a video today. And I didn't make a Redstone video yesterday because I wasn't feeling well, right? Because I was still recovering, and I still am recovering to some extent, but I'm doing pretty well now, especially compared to how I was in the past. And so I just thought I would share my story with all of you guys on food poisoning. If you're ever in New York City, do not ever eat at a place with any grade less than A, right? All the food places have a letter in the window. If that letter is not an A or it says anything other than A, do not eat there. Right, that's the moral of this story. And so I just figured I would bring this quick story to all of you guys, and hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys leave me some love down below. I apologize for not being, you know, as up and up as I normally am, but I am still kind of sick, and so just trying to recover yet. But doing A-okay, I think, for now. So anyway, I think with that said, that's about all I have for my food poisoning story. Like I said, if you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys leave me some love down below. And more importantly, let me know how your guys' New Year is going. Do you guys have any New Year's resolutions that you guys are, you know, partaking in, anything like that you guys are really looking forward to trying to complete in the next year? Let me know those down below, because I always do love to read about people's goals and see what you guys are shooting for in the next coming year. And I think with that said, that's about it for me. My only New Year's resolution is to keep making amazing videos for all of you guys, and hopefully you guys keep enjoying them, and I will see all of you guys later with some more videos. So peace.